Varsha, thank you so much for joining this conversation.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Can I start with asking you what's your full name, Varsha?
My full name is Varsha. Varsha V.
Got it. And what is your background, your educational background?
Okay. So basically, I come from a CBSE background.
Mhm.
From my kindergarten till my 12th, I was in CBSE school. But I have changed a lot of schools, but still I was continuing with CBSE. 11th and 12th also I prefer to be in CBSE because I always preferred conceptual understanding and conceptual based teaching. So that is one of the reasons why always I continued in a CBSE background.
Got it.
So and then I took up my BCom with a college in Chennai. Etiraj, I was sitting with Etiraj College.
Hmm.
So until completing BCom, I had no idea whether to go into MBA or to take any other professional course like a CA, CMA, or ACS. I wasn't sure about what is my cup of tea. So what happened was I didn't have a clarity. So what I did after BCom is that I just started attending all the campus interviews after BCom.
Hmm.
So I got into Big Four, and I was working with a Big Four for around 6 months.
Hmm.
I was into auditing. So since I was into people will tend to compel you or to pressurize you to take up CA so that you can grow in the field in which we are working.
Okay.
So, but I really didn't find auditing that too much, no, I don't have that inclination towards auditing as such. So I felt that when I was working with that company which I was working for.
Hmm.
So that is the point when I decided I would, rather like to play with the numbers rather than getting into compliance of the numbers.
Hmm.
So that is when I decided costing is my cup of tea rather than getting into auditing.
Interesting.
So yeah, so people always ask why chose CMA over CA. So this is always my answer. My inclination was towards doing something different, playing with the numbers and giving some new ideas into it. So that is the reason why I didn't get into CA. CA is also interesting for few people, yeah, because auditing is more into compliance. We have to have skeptical view of it and digging what other people do. That is also quite interesting. But I thought I should play with the numbers and I should come with new ideas and stuff. So that is the reason why I chose CMA over CA. So I have never regretted for what I have decided. So
Yeah.
that is the point when I thought I should get a CMA. Then I started doing research where I can join, what I can do, and all that. Since I was already late because I had already completed my BCom and I worked for 6 months also. Since
Hmm.
many people are joining professional courses during the time of college itself, and
Oh,
while they complete the college, they complete the course simultaneously,
right.
and they happily get into a job at the age of 21 or 20 or even before that.
Right.
So I thought, okay, let's not further get into any delays, and I started researching about what institutes are good and all that. And from a few of my friends, I heard about Aadhaar Academy.
Hmm.
So that's when I went and approached. They were very good. They really motivated a lot. They didn't pressurize me to take up both groups together, or they didn't compel me in paying the full fees or anything. So what they suggested initially was I was also not very confident about getting into a such heavy course because I was always a very casual reader.
Hmm.
If you ask me, till 12th it was I was not taking much pressure into my head. I was very casual till my 12th and somehow I got good marks. I got a job and all. And in BCom, like obviously it was college life is like all fun and enjoyment. That's how it went. I was not very having any pressure on my head to, I have to take this or I have to study. Never have been like that.
Hmm.
So it has always been a very casual reading kind of person. So taking up such a heavy course, that too after a gap of like 6 to 7 months, I haven't touched my books at all.
Right.
I was enjoying office, I was learning new things. So to start a new course at that point of time, I was a bit scared. I was, taken aback by, okay, what will happen if I don't clear CMA?
Right.
and I'm also quitting a job from a good reputed company.
Mm-hmm.
So all those thoughts were, running in my mind. So there is a point when I went and talked with the persons in RR Academy, with the front office.
Mm-hmm.
They were telling me like, you can come and join now. The previous batch, before the results come for the foundation exam, since I have completed BCom, I didn't take up foundation.
Mm-hmm.
I directly got into intermediate.
Mm-hmm.
So only after the foundation results come, they will start the actual batch for those students to continue with their intermediate. So that is reasonable, because students who are already studying in RR should be given preference
Correct.
since they will join for intermediate. So that is what they said. Once the results come, the batches will start. The previous batch is just going on right now. You can come and sit in class, and if it is like you're comfortable and all that, you can just see. Then once the actual batch starts, you can again join. You can again just continue with it. Is what they told.
Mm-hmm.
And I was quite comfortable. I said, okay, fine, I'll do that. And that's how it went. And I came and I joined. I thought I'll just write first group alone, because I'm not very confident about taking both the groups together, because I'm not sure if I can take the pressure of 8 papers at a time.
Right.
I don't know if I am mentally prepared to take up 8 papers at a time. So they didn't pressurize me to take up both groups and all, but they told what are the advantages of taking both the groups, but they never pressurized me in taking up both groups. They told it's at the end of the day, it's your decision. So I thought, okay, I'll take up group 1 alone. So that's how it started, my journey with RR. So I took up first group alone.
Mm-hmm.
So it was going on very smooth. I loved the way teaching went on. So I never used to skip classes. That was my only thing, because since if you ask me, that was the only thing I was doing in life at that point in time, because I wasn't working.
Right.
I wasn't doing any other course. I wasn't doing anything at all. CMA was the only aim towards which I was going. So
Right.
I thought, okay, I should give my, full efforts, and I should do justice to whatever I have done, because I have quit a job and I've come and joined. So I should do justice to that. So that
on
is the
this
reason
subject,
why I never skip classes.
on this subject, Varsha,
Sorry?
it is on this subject,
Yeah.
very,
Okay.
very rare,
Okay.
and it's also a very gutsy decision on your part to leave a
Yeah.
well-paying job in a very well-known company, and
Yeah.
it's almost like a gamble, right? You've decided to leave what is
Definitely.
in your hand. Yeah. How did you get
Yeah,
that guts,
yeah,
and
of course.
talk to us about that?
Yeah, because and also one more thing which I left. There was also an opportunity to study along with the company itself. They were offering me CPA as well as ACCA. You can take up either of it. You can study while you're working, and once we clear it, the company will reimburse. That was one more offer which was given by the company also. So I was really very confused. But one thing I knew for sure is that working with them was a bit hectic, because I worked from 9 in the morning till 10:30, 11 in the night. So
Yeah.
I definitely knew that taking up some course like CPA or ACCA at the first go, and not doing justice for the job and for the studies, so both will be wobbling here and there, and I can't do this. So both of it. So that is when I had this gut feeling. Okay, let's not it will be like a waste in I can't grow in my education also, and I can't grow in my work life also. So I thought, okay, let us do one step at a time. So that is the point when I decided, okay, let me, without having any educational, like a professional education in hand, I somehow had this opportunity to get into Big Four. So one thing I thought is, if with BCom I can get into this place, why not with a good professional education with me? So that was the thought I had. If just with BCom we can go somewhere like this, why not with a good professional course with me? Why can't I reach some good place? So that was the only thought I had. So that was the motivation for me.
Beautiful.
If I can do this with just BCom, why not with a CA or a CMA? So that was the motivation which let me do this. So there are many opinions from many people, like, why do you have to quit a good job from a good company? There, like, many people said no, don't do this, and many people said yes, go ahead and do this. If you miss this chance of educating yourself furthermore, then you will get stuck with BCom. It's what many people thought. So that hit me hard, because stuck in life with BCom is not going to be good for my career.
Correct.
So that is when I decided, okay, let me just give a shot and let me just try. Let me just get into it and try it. So because hard work will never fail. That's one thing I believe in. So I thought, okay, let me give in my full potential towards it, and let's just try it. But actually, to say, I thought it's going to be very tough. But with all the the coaching and the way the notes that are being given by the professors which taught me, it made it very easier for me. Like, this is not for the purpose of saying I'm saying this, but really I'm saying this because, as I told you, I haven't never been a very hard study kind of person at all.
Right.
I've always wanted to be a very jolly, easy study kind of person only. I never put in so much effort and heart and soul, and I would always go through. If I get some 90%, I never aimed for a centum or anything. If I get some 90%, I always be happy with it, and I, get satisfied with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I have been. And but once I got into RR, the kind of notes which they frame and give it to us. So that is what makes the study even more interesting, is what I said.
Beautiful.
So first group went on like that. So first group, first 4 papers which I took up with Prasad sir, taking 2 subjects for me at that point in time. And everyone knows Prasad sir, not to mention, but still he takes income tax and costing for intermediate first group, and I was studying. So he was one amazing person. Like, he gives importance and he gives attention to everybody in the class. If I always, what I do in classes, when he works out some problem in his own method, from my place, I go to him and I tell him this can be worked out in an alternative method also. So what he does is, he always calls me in class and he asks me, is there any alternative that you want to work it out and show it to them? So I go and do that. So that motivated me even more.
Beautiful.
Because he always, he does, like, the teachers don't have any ego, because this is what I do, you should follow this. That never happened with any of the professors with RR. If we have an other new method or new, technique with which it can be solved, he always keeps the door open for, such things. So that motivates all the students even more. So we should try the sums even before he does and come up with new ideas and all that. So that gave great motivation for me. So slowly my first group got done. So with that motivation itself, the second group also got into a very good frame. So since one group I have completed, I got some confidence in myself that yes, I am capable of doing this. So with that motivation itself, my group 2 also went very well. All the professors, not to mention at all, because without them, it's definitely not possible at all. Because each one of them, in their own way of teaching, they are an expert. Because every subject can't be taught in the same way.
Correct.
Only a person with in-depth knowledge in the subject knows how to frame it and how to put it forward to the students from the basics in a way that can be understood by a student who has zero knowledge about the subject. Because income tax is a subject we have studied in college, of course, but in BCom it has never been like so depth and all. Like, the basics we just study. Somehow, if this comes, we'll just put it in here. Somehow we just go maths and we come out of it. But when it comes to a professional course, only the teachers who have an in-depth knowledge of the subjects really know how to frame it in a proper way and to put it forward towards the students, so that we can understand from the basics, from the scratch of it. So in that way, they dealt the subjects like very, very clearly. We have never struggled with any of the teachers. They give us like sufficient breaks in between. If it is a long session, they give us breaks, and they never pressurize us with long hours of class and all. There has never come a point where after this I can't concentrate at all. There never comes a point like that. We can always approach them and ask them, so can we take a break? So they're always free to student friendly is what I can tell. So that's how my inter went. So with all that motivation and all the confidence which I gained after clearing inter, so intermediate I cleared both the groups in first attempt. So that was very motivating for me. I felt very confident after clearing intermediate. So in between classes, what happens is always Ramaswamy sir will bring some rank holders from previous batches and all.
Yeah.
And those who have cleared both groups in first attempt. He always brings students in between classes, and he asks them to talk to us about how their journey was, how it was to take up both groups together, how it was to get a rank, and how that rank had actually helped them to get a job.
Yeah.
So ultimately, at the end of the course, all of our expectation or all of our dream is to land in a very good job. So that is the ultimate goal of anybody. That is why we take up a professional course. So when they come and talk, when they come and motivate us, it was very encouraging, and we thought, okay, if they have done this, why not us?
Correct.
Let us also try both groups together. So that is when I got, because intermediate also they told me that you can take up both groups together. If you can get a rank or you can clear it easily and all. But I wasn't convinced because, as I told you, I had like 6 to 7 months gap of studies, so I wasn't convinced. I thought, no, I'll go one step at a time. First, let me get the confidence. So once I got the confidence after intermediate, and after all the motivation that Ramaswamy sir, which he actually gives in between breaks and all, he just comes in. He just motivates us like anything. Like he's like a fatherly figure to everybody in our to say. He always comes in. He just talks to us very freely, very friendly. He just talks. You can do it, ma. You can do it. Why not? If they have done it, why not you can? So that's how he motivates us. But somehow subconsciously, it made us believe that yes, we can also do it. So with that confidence, I just went ahead and I thought, okay, let me just take up both groups together in final and aim for a rank. Because rank played a major role in my placement. I have to mention that because placements is happening all over India.
Correct.
And in Chennai, I was attending placements in Chennai. So the entire South Indian states will all come and participate in the placements. So competing with all the students throughout South India in SIRC is going to be a challenge. And if we get a rank, we are definitely going to stand a step forward. We'll definitely be, aside of everybody. So that is when I thought, okay, why not try for a rank? So with all the motivation and also I now had the confidence with so professional and all the clarity which they give in the teaching and all. So I thought, yes, with this set of professors and with such a good institute and with all the motivation, that is the important thing. With all the motivation they gave us, I thought, okay, let me just get a rank and let me just try for a rank at least. Why not give it a shot? So that is when I joined the both groups together in finals.
Beautiful.
So, yeah. So then I just started final. It was going. So I thought, what I'll do is I will not write. In between this, what happened is I joined for MCOM also. I thought, okay, now I had the confidence, I can do some other course also along with ICWA. So I thought, okay, let me join MCOM. Together with MCOM, I felt I will be able to complete CMA also. So what I thought is, my MCOM exams and CMA exams were clashing. So I thought, okay, let me skip this attempt and take it in the next attempt so that I can finish off my MCOM and CMA both at the right time. So what I did is MCOM I was attending CMA classes also. But what happened was, that is the time when the GST came in. So the GST and the old indirect tax regime was playing, very difficult role. This batch, if I go and attend for the indirect taxation classes, when I take exams the next batch, what will happen is GST will come in. Indirect taxation will be of no more use. So I didn't know what to do. I have paid fees for this batch. I was attending classes, but this indirect taxation was a trouble for me. So I just went and approached Kena sir, and I told him this is the problem. Like, I paid the fees. I have been attending classes for indirect taxation in this batch, but because this my MCOM exams are also coming in between. Because it's like in this February, if I have completed my inter, I can take it up in December. I'll be eligible to take it up in December. I was writing MCOM in my calendar year basis. So what happened is, since it is a calendar year exam, in December I had my MCOM exam. So I told them, I can't take it up in December, I'll be taking it in June. But in June, we'll be having GST. So I just told him my concern. So he didn't even think for a second. He just told me, okay, there is no issues at all. You can attend GST classes for this batch. This batch you are attend indirect tax classes. And next batch you can just come and join and sit in for GST classes. There is no issues at all. He didn't demand any extra fees or anything at all. He was being very, I was telling my concern and he didn't even think for a second. He immediately told there is no issues at all. You can attend classes now and in the next batch you just come and attend for GST. That is what he told. So I was actually worried if I had to, this batch I already have attended. Then again, next batch I had to pay extra fee for GST around and then come and attend for GST class. So that was a concern for me. But then he was being very sweet and he also knows, practically what students will face and all that. So he accepted for that and he told, okay, there's no issues at all. You can attend both the batches in GST. You need not pay anything extra at all. So that was a sigh of relief for me. So that's how it went. I just attended GST alone in the next batch, and MCOM also I had completed with with colors, and with my CMA I took up, and I got 16th rank in CMA.
Fantastic.
And all the professors and all the teachers, I should mention each and every single person, the coaching, the teaching. I have never missed any class. I just enjoy going sitting in the classes. It never gets boring at any point in time at all.
Yeah.
So that is how they keep the students engaged into the subjects. So it has been a very 2-year journey with RR Academy, but I enjoyed every single part of the journey that I went through with the institute and with all the professors, and they really get to connect with the students. Personally, they have a connect with the students, and anytime we are free to call them, we are free to walk into their room and ask any doubts that we have. That all the freedom and all the transparency was given to the students, which helped me a lot now. And yeah, this also I should mention. So I gave my exams. I got a rank, and what happened is when placements were happening, our batch unfortunately didn't have many companies coming for placements. So what happened is very few companies, like 4 to 5 companies, only came for placement at that point in time. So this rank, which decision I made, at least trying for a rank and trying for both groups together in final, that helped me really, really well in placements. So what happened is I got shortlisted for all the companies that came in. That shortlist happens only purely based on the marks that we have scored. So many people, not only from RR, many people from my friends circle from other institutes or other states and all which they have studied, just because they couldn't write both groups together. They didn't write both groups together, or since they hadn't taken it seriously or things like that, because of the lower marks or things like that, they didn't get shortlisted at all. They didn't get the opportunity to go and attend the interview at first place. Only if we get the opportunity to attend the interview, then getting the job or not, that is secondary. First, we should get the opportunity to go and sit for the interview. So this motivation which he gave me, I would have definitely regretted if I hadn't taken up both groups together. The rank is something different. I'm not talking about the rank at all. Taking up both groups together and finally plays a major role when it comes to placement.
True.
So that I realized only because of the motivation, and only because of all the talks and speeches which were given by the previous students, which KNR sir always brings in. They come and talk to us. They just open our eyes, you have to take up both groups together to stand alone in an interview. So I would have definitely regretted if I hadn't done that, and I should thank KNR sir 1,000 times for that, because only purely because of him I came to that decision. Nobody else influenced me. Only his thoughts and his motivation influenced me to take up both groups together. So I always felt happy about doing that. And I got an opportunity to at least attend all the interviews, and I got placed in a very good company. I got placed with ITC at first. So my job was in Coimbatore. So I worked around a year with ITC. It was a very good experience for me. ITC being a very reputed and nice company.
Very true.
I learned, yeah. So I learned a lot within a year. I was there only for a year, but that 1 year helped me in learning many things. Like people who learn all the things in 2.5 years, I was able to learn all those things in just a year. So, and due to some circumstances which I had at home, I had to come back down to Chennai. Chennai is my hometown.
Right.
So I had to move out from ITC, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know. I had to move out from ITC. I was thinking like what to do, where will I move out, and that's when, fortunately again, I got an opportunity to attend an interview with St. So I attended the interview and I got to with a much broader scope of work and much broader responsibilities with this company which I have joined. So I am quite happy with what this CMA has done in my life. If I just go back 3 years, go back in my time like 3 years or 4 years, if I just think of, had I not taken up CMA, had I not joined this institute, or had I not done this, where would I have been right now?
Right.
I just compare myself with those who are continuing with their BCom in my first company which I joined. The people who didn't take the decision to quit and take up a professional course, those who are continuing till now with the same company, I just compare myself with, where they are and where I have come to. Is my decision right or wrong? That is how I just compare and evaluate myself. So when I do this comparison, I'm very, very happy and glad that I took the brave decision of quitting a very reputed Big Four and coming and taking up a professional course like this and joining a very good institute that is very, very, very important. Like a very good institute that, like, they frame everything really, really well. Everything happens very professionally. They frame the classes. Even for those who are working, now I feel like even if I had, been working and studying also, I could have done it. Like, I realized it very lately. But it's okay. Like, I can recommend students or even those who are working that they can easily complete CMA along with their job also. So now I'm realizing that, with which confidence I've gained only after completing it. Before completing it, I didn't have the confidence that I can do this alongside my work. So, but now I can definitely tell people that they can do this along with their college or along with their work or anything, because the timetable which has been framed by the institute is so convenient and so student friendly that they set classes in a timing which doesn't clash with the college timings or the office timings. So that and all has, all that I realized only later on. Only after completing my course, I came to know that, this is very convenient, or even, alongside with our work or studies, we can do it. I also joined with a small company as an intern for a year. Mm-hmm. So I was going for the intern and I was also attending classes. So I felt very comfortable with that. So I felt, along with job, attending classes on weekdays, like morning and evening classes, and then on weekend attending all the classes and all that. And also if on any public holidays they keep any full day class also, they inform like very prior to us, so we can plan it accordingly. Those who are working or those who are going to college or anything, we can just plan it accordingly. So everything is like framed in a very professional way when it comes to RR Academy. So now I can completely, it just close my eyes and I can recommend to anybody that you can work and you can do CMA. You don't have to quit your job or anything, be it CMA or CS or whatever it is they are taking it up. They can easily do it with RR, because with RR I can give the guarantee that they can do it, because it is very student friendly. Even if we have any queries or if we request them that this is not comfortable, we have such a problem, we can always go and we can talk to them and we can tell all the queries that we have, and they'll always sort it out. Their people are always available for us to listen to what our queries are. And not only that, few people when I was studying in my batch, the people were coming from very long, far away and all. So they had to come from very far away. Their colleges they'll be attending like evening colleges from 11:30 to 5 or 11:30 to 6 like that. So morning they come and attend classes till 11:30. They don't have any place to go, place to sit or like that. So that point in time also, students, we went and requested the institute. We told them that we don't have place to sit until college. Can we just sit in some room? We'll just be studying for some time and then we'll just leave off. And they were very understanding, and they told, okay, yeah, I can just sit in for some time. You can keep studying and then you can go out when college time comes. So we provide every facility for us. The only thing is we have to, put in our efforts to get the marks. That's it. Otherwise, we don't have any problem with our academy. I can tell you, because not every institute is like this. They're not money-minded at all. Like, they don't come in and tell us, like, only till classes you can sit in here. Or if it is not classes, you can't come and sit in class. You can't switch on the fan, switch on the lights. Nothing like this ever happened to us with RR. So, every single comfort which they gave us helped, like, many of us to get in with flying colors and get into good positions where we are right now. So, I thank RR with all my heart for every comfort and every facility which they have provided, the way they have taught us, the way they have molded us for all the years which we have been with them, the way Kena sir has motivated us with so many things, and the way they are still motivating us with so many, forming an alumni group and helping us to get connect with our, my batchmates who they've studied. Each person will be in different nature of jobs and different companies, so we'll get to know what is happening where, and we'll get to know a lot of things. We can get a contact with our friends and all. So from the point when I joined till now, RR has been playing a major role in my life. So
beautiful.
I thank everybody.
Yeah, this is one of the most heartfelt testimonials I've heard, Varsha. I think it's. I can almost touch and feel the passion and the gratitude that in your voice. I think it means a lot. And the best part, what I like, is how you gave this decision. You gave this very valuable advice that people don't have to quit their job to pursue their finance education. Definitely. Because that is what you did. But you've learned from your experience and passing it on. That is the entire spirit of us holding these interviews, Varsha, which is how do we pay it forward? Because we have all gained immensely from people who came and advised us, and how do we become that mentor for others? So you've been absolutely fantastic. What started off as a 5-minute conversation, Varsha, is now we are at 35 minutes, and that really shows how much RR Academy has helped you. More importantly, how much you have been able to get out of this opportunity. So credit and kudos also goes to you, because it is not so much the teaching or the facilities, but how much one is able to imbibe the best from the institute and to really succeed. So thanks once again, Varsha. You've been fabulous in your. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me also. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bye-bye.